About a year and a half ago, we noticed that Max was using the restroom very, very frequently, and we were concerned that he might have something like juvenile diabetes. So after many, many doctor's visits, it was determined he had a condition that's called diabetes insipidus, which means that his pituitary gland in his brain isn't communicating really well with his kidneys. And we thought that diagnosis would be the end of the story, but it was suggested to us by one of the endocrinologists at Children's that we have an MRI to eliminate the infinitesimal chance of a brain tumor being the cause. We went and we got an MRI, and we really thought that would be the end of it. Just after dinner, the endocrinologist called us and said, Max has got a lesion in his brain, and your whole life just stops. I think the hardest thing was telling Max he was sick in the first place. You just never want to say those words. Max took the news with a surprising amount of humor.
So we met with Dr. Handler, and he did the craniotomy, and I like to explain it as taking a power drill to my head.
After speaking with Dr. Handler, his confidence fills the room. Felt much better about the surgery.
It was about a 9-hour surgery. The diagnosis is Langerhans cell histiocytosis.
He told us that there were 2 ways to cure it, chemo or radiation, and I decided to go with chemo.
29 weeks of chemo is grueling. It helped him, but it was exhausting and really difficult. Max's point of view was, it's okay to be scared when you're sick, but it's also okay to make it fun. He always looked forward to an excuse to visit with his nurses or his doctors and play a little prank or tell them a new joke.
Every time he came for chemo, he had some trick for me, and it was always a surprise, like, what is Max gonna pull out this week? He really made his family strong as well. His family pulled from his strength.
Everybody there knew him, and it was like we were friends, and all I could think was, these are the people I want treating my brother.
Legos were kind of an escape for me. They put my mind on something other than what's gonna happen tomorrow. So I just put that out of my mind, and I'd start building Legos because that was easier for me to just put the pieces together like I was putting the pieces back together for my life.
While Max was getting treatment, he discovered a big jar of pop tabs in the radiology clinic. They would recycle them and donate the funds. So he started a campaign to collect pop tabs, and he's so far collected over 100 pounds of them. Last year, during the Radiothon, he was so impressed that he donated his allowance for the year. It was a heart stopper.
You can make a kid's life so much easier. You can help a whole family out by just donating like $1.
I would say that Max is almost 100% back to normal. Max is a champion because he was willing to take his illness by the horns and not let it affect who he was as a person. He wasn't going to let something silly like a brain lesion stop him from doing that.
Max is full of humor, he's full of love, he's full of heart, he's very funny.
He's just taken this whole thing in stride and gone above and beyond what you would expect.
At Children's, I really felt like everyone there cared about me. I hope to inspire a lot of kids to be okay with the fact that they're sick, but also to have fun. If I can get through this, you can get through this.